What's up guys and welcome back to my channel. So today it is Wicked Wednesday, so that means we got a spooky video in store. So first and foremost, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. We hit 300 and I'm so stoked, and I have mentioned in other videos a giveaway will be coming up. I have to put it together, and of course I want you guys to remember that I am paying for this stuff out of my pocket because I don't make money on YouTube. So please be patient. A giveaway is coming. So yeah, subscribe because then you will qualify for the giveaway and you will get notified when that video comes out so you can participate. So and also I do want to say I did not come up with this idea on my own. If you guys have spent any time on the spooky side of YouTube, you do know there are other videos out there like this. So today we are looking at spooky dolls. So that's exciting. Also really creepy. I think dolls are weird. Their little eyes kind of freak me out, and I don't get how people like collect dolls. I genuinely think they're creepy and eerie, and I had some as a kid that my mom put in my closet because she was creeped out by them, so she put them in my closet. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, so I'm gonna do like a screen record, and this is the first time I've ever done that, and it's gonna go right here, so I'm gonna scoot over in a second. And then also, you guys are going to be looking at these with me. So some of these have already been sold. I did try and comb through the ones that I have seen in other videos before. So hopefully these are the first time you are hearing about these dolls. It is all on Etsy today, and there is going to be a second part coming out in a couple of weeks as well. But Etsy's really interesting. I am going to read the stories. I'm not going to come on here and say that these people are lying or say that they're just trying to sell a doll and putting a story to it. That's not my place. If you guys do have opinions, feel free to leave them down below. But of course, keep it classy. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first one we're going to be looking at is now sold, but it was called a devilishly handsome haunted doll, extremely intense, active energy, dark soul. So these are the photos. He's kind of creepy. I don't know about you guys, but I think his freckles make him look a little bit creepier. It looks like he's got like some sort of like skin disease, and I don't mean that in a rude way towards freckles. Like they're just oddly painted on, like he has chicken pox or like something. Oh my god, without the hair, that's kind of creepy. I'm sorry if you guys just heard my heater turn on or if you're hearing the rain. It's the late May right now, and it's raining and it's 55 degrees outside. I don't know what's going on with Mother Nature, but we're still scrolling. Excuse me. Do you guys see that? Why is that blurry, and why does it look like he's been scratched? Like it looks like a real scratch and real blood. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay, so that's all the photos. I'm still creeped out by this one. So the back of the knee. Okay, item overview. Vintage item from the 1990s. Only ships within the US. Okay, so let's get to the story. We recently obtained several haunted dolls from a neighboring county from the home of a lady named Margot. There were a total of 2,305 dolls in her home, all in exceptionally good condition. They were in every room of her large house, including the attic, basement, and garage. Some were adult size, sitting in chairs or standing in the middle of a room. She never married and never had children. The dolls were all she had in the world. Margot was a ghost hunter before ghost hunting was cool. She was a psychic medium who began performing readings when she was 12 years old and read over 70 years. She traveled all over the world and had exceptional experiences during her journey. She became attached to certain spirits even more than they were attached to her. When we walked into her home, we were taken back by the intense energy. One of our friends does investigations, and he said the energy there was the strongest he ever felt. Margot is still alive, but she's not well. She had to give up her home and her beloved doll collection, and she is now living in a care facility and suffering from dementia. We were told by the auctioneer that she returned twice to visit her dolls, but she wasn't permitted to take any of them with her. We asked for the most haunted dolls there, and Margot's great niece directed us to the dolls we inevitably purchased. Each doll was loved and cared for by Margot as though they were her children. Each doll is said to have an active spirit inside. So now we're going to meet the doll. His name is Clyde. Okay, so Margot always called him Clyde. but said that wasn't his real name. She always kept him in a closet away from the other dolls. Apparently, he was a horrible temper, and he's known to be quite frightening. Margot was always a fan of Mark Twain. When she saw the limited edition Huck Finn released in 1995, she contacted the company for a custom-made doll. At the time he arrived, Margot was performing a mediumship reading for the family of a victim of a serial killer. Apparently, this was an infamous killer, very well known in the United States. The killer recently passed on prior to 1995, and Margot channeled him that day, and that's when the doll took a breath, according to her notes. She believes the serial killer's soul went into the doll. Before Margot realized that Clyde couldn't be trusted, he destroyed several of her other dolls. Supposedly, she went out for the evening with a friend. She left Clyde in the doll room. When she came home, 3 of her dolls were stabbed and destroyed completely. Clyde was on the floor with a small kitchen knife next to him. Another time, a male friend of Margot was taking a nap in the guest room. He woke up to a sharp pain in his foot. He discovered blood. Apparently, he was stabbed in the bottom of his foot. He looked around and saw nobody. Then he noticed Clyde sitting in the corner with a knife next to him. He didn't believe the doll stabbed him, but Margot did. A short while later, Margot was asleep in her bed with a few of her dolls. She woke up to pressure around her neck. Clyde was strongly laying across her neck and she couldn't breathe. She finally pushed him off, but it was difficult to do so. After she did, she noticed the heads of the other dolls in the room were smashed. She was terrified of Clyde after that and started locking him in the closet much of the time. Margot's great niece claimed Clyde smacked her across the face and he pushed her down a small flight of stairs. Apparently, he's strong, and when she was in bed at night, she would awaken to him standing at the foot of her bed laughing. Margot also claims he intentionally knocked a heavy vase out of the second-story window onto the ground, missing the mailman by a matter of inches. Scary. Several times, Margot tried to expel the spirit, but she had no luck. She would hear pounding, banging, shouting, and cursing from the closet in a man's voice. She threw him out twice, but he came back. Once there was a knock at the door when she opened it, and he was standing there. Another time, she threw him in the trash. 3 days later, she found him sitting on her living room couch, staring at her straight in the eye when she entered the room. Margot witnessed him move several times. She said he moves quickly and he's very loud. But there have been long periods of no activity at all. And 5 years straight passed at one point with no activity whatsoever. But usually there is activity. Sometimes mild and sometimes wild. Ironically, this dark spirit seems to like animals and children, and they seem to be at ease with him. Margot said her cat would cuddle with him and he was around, and she caught the doll touching the cat gently. A friend's dog would always run straight to the doll and lick it sweetly, too. And the neighborhood children would ask if they could play with him in Margot's backyard. They said he would tell them stories. He seems to calm if you play music from the 1970s, especially disco, and he likes to be in the same room with cigars. Strange, but that relaxes the energy too. This doll has been the subject of many paranormal investigations, and many reports confirmed something is there. Margot would never reveal the name of the serial killer because he would be easily recognized by name, but he died between the years 1988 to 1995 in the United States. This is one of the scariest items we've ever had. I don't want to hold on to him long. Currently, we're keeping him in a separate room away from the other items in our large, beautiful, finished garage, the haunted warehouse. One of our staff members said he was kicked by him while putting him in there. He also said the eyes looked up at him and the mouth moved a bit. We prefer to sell the doll to someone who has experience with darkly haunted items and who doesn't scare easily. Also, you have to know how to deal with him. Ignoring each other is probably the best way to go. I would not keep him near anything you value because it could be destroyed. I would keep him in a room, not a closet, alone, and I wouldn't tie him up. That kind of seems to anger him more. Play soothing music once in a while, let him know who's boss, but treat him with respect. From the stories, he could be dangerous, so only accept him into your home if you're sure. If you're buying him for someone else, make sure it's an enemy, not a friend. And of course, they do put their disclaimer saying that like they can't verify that it's real, because of course they are selling just the doll, and the story just comes with it. But I'm just gonna go back to these photos here because I just think he looks creepy, like I said, and then it's just that is what gets me, that. But that one, like I said, has been sold, and this person does have like reviews. I mean, people have bought dolls from this person. Oh, and you can see here, okay, so there's a review on there. The person bought the doll and the cat is on top of it. Like they said, cats or animals like the doll, and the cat is with the doll. How interesting. So we're gonna go on to the next one. Okay, so this next one is also sold, but so this one is sold by What the Wolf Saw, and they're from France. And it's a haunted doll, paper mache, antique French, I don't know how to say that, bisque doll. And it does say it's an antique, and it's creepy. Look at that face. And it's got like one fishnet, one, maybe that's just a push down fishnet. And you can tell it was like hand painted, how uneven those eyebrows are. This looks like a doll that Bunny would have in her house. But I mean, it's creepy. All right, so that's all the photos. I don't like that last one. It looks like it's just like, help me. So let's go to, it says it's a vintage item from the 1910s. Let's go to item details. So it says, this is Mary. She is a doll. She is always watching. She is always awake. Sometimes she moves. Sometimes she whispers. She wants to be your best friend forever. I think that's all. Okay, so that one's pretty fast, but let's see if somebody left a review on this doll. So I'm not seeing one right off the bat, but I still think that doll is creepy looking. So if you are going for that like eerie, I'm sorry, there's hair that just keeps getting in my eye and I don't know what's happening. If you are looking for that like creepy look in your house, or like whatever you're doing, or just collect creepy antiques, this would probably be the doll for you. It doesn't say what it's sold for either. But let's go to the next one. So we have Mia, or Maya, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And it says, active haunted doll, ballerina, heavenly girl, paranormal. So heavenly girl, that sounds like it's not going to be super scary, but she's cute. I still think she's creepy because I just don't like doll faces, but a cute doll, not an actual creepy one. Big old green eyes. I mean, it's cute. I wouldn't keep it in my house, but it's cute. Mia is a little girl that I met last year, February, on an investigation, and I ended up taking her home with me. However, while we were investigating, our clients brought up the doll and said it was haunted, but not a huge concern. We ended up doing some spirit box sessions and confirmed that her name was Mia, and that she was 8 years old. She passed away in the 70s, but to what is still a mystery, and I've always been okay with that. I only talk about what they want to talk about. Bringing Mia home for me was exciting, and the whole time feeling like nothing but great energy. So I kept her close. What I experienced was amazing. It began with these dreams, like deja vu. It was like a playback of my life and current events that were going on, or almost happened. It was truly, really amazing, and I felt like I had a sixth sense. This heavenly soul had me wrapped around her finger, and still does, and she continues to amaze me. Mia is a ballerina. She can physically manifest into her 8-year-old self, twirling about gracefully, really communicating in visions, dreams, and telepathy. Like I said, little Mia still continues to amaze me. And when I'm not home, I always feel her with me. She loves to leave the house, car rides, seeing my neighbor's horses, and feeding the stray cats. So the summertime is filled with so many activities as I live on a lot of land. Knocking a few small things over or moving small objects just to let you know that everything is okay, and a reminder that she is listening and caring for you, that she is there and loves you. This one gives off a love vibe so much. You just feel excited and loved immediately. From so many people who have held her, all say the same way, and I agree as well. Technology, she has a great pull on. So if you're feeling connected, that's her reaching out to you. It'll feel like you know her. You'll feel it right in your heart. Mia is one of the most special spirits I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. She had graced me with her presence so many times, and for that I feel so lucky. She loves everyone, gets along with everyone, and hopes the best for them too. She's just a gem, an angel. And it looks like maybe their Instagram is Spirited Moon Antiques. One thing I will say, we're going to go back to her photos. And of course, this is all just theoretical. You always hear about like spirits pretending to be kids or like bad things pretending to be kids. So you become attached to them, or that you trust them, or you like fully give into them because you think they're an innocent child, and then it being something terrible. So that kind of scares me, but it's also like, that's really sweet. Like if that's really a kid who just wants you to feel good in life. And like, that's, I mean, it's a sweet story. It could be really scary, could turn into a horror movie, but it's also a sweet story. And this one was sold, of course, like I said. Alright guys, so that is all of them today. That was 3. One was really quick, so 2 long ones. But that is all. I will film another one because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 more saved on my phone. Isn't my phone case really cute? It's like a little like galaxy, and then just the looks like Bigfoot getting abducted by aliens. It's so cute. But there will be a part 2 coming out in a couple of weeks, depending on how long it takes me to edit all of the videos I have coming for you. And yeah, so if you guys like this kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love it. I put out all different types of content. I know people like to say like, stick to one thing, but like, that's boring. I just think that's so boring, and that's not who I am. So here we go. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And please comment down below or like this video. It really, really helps. If you don't know what to comment, just leave an emoji of some sort down below, and that would be fantastic. All right, guys, have a good one.